Will is the key. Willpower. I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. I don't know much as you do, I'm sure. I'm sure everybody in here is more learned than I, much more of a scholar than I. But I know about coming back from seemingly unsurmountable odds. I know about coming back from when doctors tell you that you can't or that you shouldn't. Oh, you're too old. You shouldn't be. You should sit down somewhere and take it easy. So you should sit down, sir, because of your diagnosis, and don't do a damn thing. Bullshit. Hell no. Every time I go to the doctor, they tell me what I shouldn't be doing, and what I should be doing, and what I won't do, and what I can't do. And I politely go out the door and do whatever the fuck I want to do. And I'm gonna do that until they throw dirt on top of me. This is my life. And I choose to live it the way I want to live it. I won't let you decide how I live this life. I don't care how long or short it is. It's mine, motherfucker. And I'm gonna use it how I see fit. Stories of extreme will. People that came through something or circumstances that they were not supposed to go through. You just ain't supposed to be able to do it. But he did it any goddamn way. It is impossible until some crazy son of a bitch has the audacity to believe that no matter what the expert or the doctor says, I can still do that shit. And if you don't believe it, just sit your ass down over there and watch.
Guys, how's everyone doing? Face looks weird today. Kind of a really boring video. This video is more to show people maybe who have suffered from mental illness, how keeping notes can benefit you. And you know, like, I do a lot of videos to remind myself because there's just too much stuff I need to remember. So I'm going to give you an example of how these help me. And the last couple of weeks are a perfect example. Perfect example. Let me just run some of these notes for you. So, like I mentioned previously, back in March, when we, most of us got laid off, and for someone who's bipolar like myself, changes in schedule is one of my many triggers. It's a trigger for to send me, you know, in high manic. It's a trigger for some of those symptoms like drug use, hypersexuality, you know, and so on and so forth. Like, you know, there's a lot of things. And as you're aware of, most of the symptoms with high manic behavior, at that point, I was able to manage very, very, very easily because I've had the reps and the amount of experience dealing with each situation. You know, like I mentioned before, when I used to drive a vehicle, it was always foot to the fucking floor, right? So just being conscious of it, you know, driving at 180 kilometers an hour on the highway, more and more and more, it becomes habit, right? So the only, like I said, the only thing we were having an issue with, well, it wasn't an issue. It was something that we were managing, but we knew it wasn't sustainable. But we didn't really know why until the CERB hit. And then we found out the issue. We found out why it was happening. So we learned a lot. So that takes us to, I guess, probably 3 weeks ago. And these are some of the notes that I just laid out. So what happened is with the CERB checks while I was laid off, there was, I guess there was some kind of advance. So they weren't issuing any checks. So I look at this email I got and I said, oh, no money coming in for a month. So obviously, right? You just fucking, there you go. Your mind's fucking racing, and my mind was racing so fast that I completely forgot I actually had money in the fucking bank. That's how frantic and manic things got, you know? And then I checked my bank account. I don't know at what point during this episode, I'm like, oh God, yeah, I got money in the bank. I completely forgot, right? So, brings us to, then we find out right after that I'm going back to work, okay? So I knew a week ahead of time. So right away I wrote down, okay, going back to work next week. So that's a routine change. So I know that's going to trigger me into high manic, right? So what do I do about it? So I write myself a note. I was like, okay, you're going to be, if you get too high manic, you're going to have sleep issues, right? Chances are you might not get a lot of sleep. So we're not going to work out and make work the priority. The bodybuilding, the working out can wait. The priority is making sure we go to fucking work every day. Because if I can't sleep because of my manic state of mind, I can always get to fucking work, right? So that's what I wrote down. Sure enough, first week back, no workouts. You know, there was a few days where I couldn't sleep, you know, and it turned out to be a very successful week. Whether it was manic or not, up or down, some days worse, some days bad, doesn't matter. We made it to work every day. That was the priority, right? Then you find out, oh my God, now the gym's opening up. So we knew that. I think four days before, it was the Monday that Doug Ford announced it, and the gym was going to open on Friday. So right there I wrote, okay, now I got to be working out at the gym. So expect a spike in my manic state of mind, right? So now it's a lot, right? Because now I'm back to work, and the thing is, I usually work 3 nights a week. I'm on call during the day, but it's not something that's go, right? But my back to work is they're bringing people back slowly. So normally I work 3 nights a week. They need me for 5 nights, right? So that in combination with knowing the gym's going to open and my workouts are twice a day. So I knew that was going to send me to the moon. I knew there was going to be a danger of drug use when I get that high. I knew there was going to be a danger of hypersexuality, you know, and I knew that was, I just wrote it down. So I also wrote down the solution. Go back to your hypersexuality videos. Find out, remember why you were going hypersexual, the reasons, and so on and so forth. So I wrote everything down. So then I go watch the videos. Okay, all right. So it keeps me out of it. It doesn't keep me out of a manic state of mind, but it keeps me out of doing anything that might negatively impact my life, right? That's what it's all about. It's all about, you're not going to cure it. It's about managing it. It's about managing things successfully. It's about managing things successfully without the use of psych meds, and without the use of cocaine, and without the use of alcohol, and in time, when I have to deal with situations like this over the next 10 years, it'll be automatic. It'll be automatic. It'll be all new habits, and it'll just automatically think yourself. Look at it this way. This is the simplest way to look at it. I like to think of the day I got diagnosed as the day I was born. I know it's strange, but so every day after that, so it's been 9 years. So I think of myself as 9 years old, as a 9-year-old, looking at from a 9-year-old, not from a 9-year-old's intelligence, but the experience of a 9-year-old, life experiences of a 9-year-old. That's what it's like. So by the time you're 19, you have more experience. You have more experience dealing with the same things of daily life. And that's what it is. And that's what it's all about. From a manic state of mind, I was manic for 40 years of my life. So that was just normal. There wasn't, living the other way didn't even seem there was another way to live. That was who I am, and that was my life. It's the non-manic perception that is where the insanity comes from, and the confusion and the fucked upness comes from. So it's very, very strange. But I just wanted to share that with you guys real quick, that this is how I take responsibility and plan. I try and plan ahead. Like, I'm never going to be able to deal with the unexpected, the unknown. Something happens, but if I can ahead time, know that something's going to be a trigger or something's going to happen, and I'll never overextend myself. Like, I'll never would have went back to work and worked out that weekend, and put all this. I gradually worked myself back up. So I'll go back. So this week and last week, I just did my work. I worked out here and there, but I didn't push myself. I didn't push myself at all, because the dangers of pushing yourself too is you become either overtrained and overtired, and you don't allow yourself time to just decompress, because you're always go. So you try to want to force yourself to just kind of stop, and tell the roses. Even force yourself, like, would be like making videos is a perfect example of what I do to occupy myself or relax myself. It's a great tool for me. It helps me sometimes keep busy without overexerting myself. It entertains my manic mind without negatively impacting my life in any way or anybody else's. And if you looked at my Facebook page, you can always tell what's happening in my life, not because I tell you guys everything in the videos, but on the way I post. When you see this just flurry of videos being made in 5 or 6 days, I'm controlling stuff. Like, there's a lot going on in my life, and I gotta keep my mind busy, and I gotta feed that manic. I gotta feed it something, and you'll see that. You'll see how there's patterns to my story on Facebook. When you see like a month gap or a 2-week gap or maybe even a 2-month gap, then things are really right. It's when I post a lot, and that's just telling you guys. I know it might be boring to some of you, but I know there's some people who watch my channel and follow my Facebook page that are very interested in this kind of stuff, so this is kind of more geared to them. It's not very entertaining. Not like me testing condoms or slicing my forehead open. But anyways, the guys, that's what I do. I try and, plan and I write things down, and, because when you got to remind yourself, you got to give yourself some help. You can't expect you to remember everything. You gotta, notes really help. Like I'll have Post-its all over the place. I'll set alarms on my fucking phone, whatever it takes to make sure that I don't do anything that impacts my life negatively. So basically, I'm like buying myself time. I'm buying myself time until I get the required number of reps dealing with all these situations, and then, like I said, in 10 years after dealing with this stuff over and over and over again, stuff I mean by just daily life problems. Like this happens, the car breaks down, or you run out of gas, or you have an argument with your girlfriend, or your mother, or your family. Once you've done that enough times, it's gonna be normal, just like anything else. So just like relearning, and you're relearning with a new philosophy, you're relearning with a new lens, new ideas. So, it takes time. It takes time. Anyways, so I thought I'd share that. Just to you guys again, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Come on, This episode is brought to you by Six Store, guaranteed to make you big as fuck! And special thanks to Working Hands. It's the shit!